What's up, people? Case West here. About to react to the trailer for Avatar 2. Sorry I'm late on this. Um, Avatar. Avatar is a weird phenomenon to me because, well, for me personally, it was the first movie I saw in theaters 3D. And I don't remember what year that came out. I was in college. Um, I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that it looked pretty. Like, I'm one of those people that the story doesn't have to be great when I'm watching a movie. If there are enough scenes in it and the cinematography is good enough to blow me away visually, I'll come back to that movie over and over. That story can't be bad, don't get me wrong, but a lot has been said about Avatar and the story not being original. It's Pocahontas, it's Lonesome, or not Lonesome Dove, excuse me. I just watched it again. uh Dances with Wolves, the white savior, Last Samurai type stuff, and I get it. That's true. That's a trope that's been used 100 times. It works, but for me, what this movie did visually and in 3D, I mean, it blew me away. I'd always loved movies, but didn't. I don't think I really understood how much I enjoyed movies until I watched this. It was an actual experience to go in the theater and watch this in 3D for the first time. I think I saw it two or three times in 3D, or two times in 3D, and then I think once regular. But I have a digital copy of the movie. I don't think I've seen it maybe one time since it came out. Maybe like sat down and actually watched it. And I think a part of that is because of how just amazing it was in 3D, that is 80% of the enjoyment for me. It's a good story, don't get me wrong. It's well acted. It's not by any means bad, but for some reason it's just one of those movies that, like, it came out, it was a phenomenon, and it was very quickly not forgotten. Well, kind of forgotten. Like, people weren't talking about it much. I don't know if you guys can remember though, and this is something that does kind of concern me. Back then, after it came out, there were there was a mass reporting of people who had become suicidal after watching it because they wished our world was more like that world. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the world, for the most part, has gotten darker since then. Or I don't know if it's gotten darker, but access to social media and stuff like that has opened our eyes to more of what's going on behind closed curtains. And I'm really afraid that this might have a similar effect. James Cameron, I mean, don't get me wrong, what he's done for sci-fi, excuse me, sci-fi in general, or excuse me, sci-fi specifically, and movies in general, has been excellent. But I also don't think he gets the due he deserves. And maybe maybe people who are more into the industry would disagree with me. And I'm because I'm just kind of a layman here, but I can remember growing up and hearing everything about Spielberg. Spielberg this and Spielberg that, and yeah, Spielberg did great, but I mean, his movies worldwide, Spielberg's that is, are probably more popular, but I enjoy a James Cameron movie way more than I enjoy a Spielberg movie. And I'm probably biased though, because I love sci-fi, and that tends to be James Cameron's bread and butter. But James Cameron is also a unique individual. I mean, I'm pretty sure for his movie The Abyss, he legitimately traveled deeper than any human has ever gone into the ocean. Like, he set a world record. And The Abyss is another insane story to me because I had never heard of that movie, until probably the late 90s, after it was already out on, I guess, on VHS, because it came on like TNT one day and I sat down and watched it and it was incredible. And that was an edited version. So the first time I sat down and watched the full uncut version of it, it's a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen The Abyss, you have to watch it. Even the CGI for that time was incredible, and the director's cut is even better. So it's just weird to me that James Cameron produces such, good movies consistently, but I just don't see him having the fanfare that other directors do. And maybe it's just the circles I'm in, because I'm not going to sit here and say he's not a popular director. Clearly he is. Somebody threw enough money at him to make, I think, 4 of these. But this movie, honestly, I probably won't watch it on the channel. If I can, if the option is available, I'm going to watch it in theaters in 3D again, because that is such a transformative view for me that I have to experience that again. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into the trailer. I'm already behind on this, and I don't want to wait any longer. Jake Sully. That one didn't have any blue color. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, that looks like almost just a regular human. It is a regular human.
I know one thing. Wherever we go, this family.
Oh, that's
is
cool.
our fortress.
I like it. Didn't give too much away. Minimal talking. Was that... Who was the human? It looked like they had kids. Surely one of their kids didn't come out full human, because he's now in his avatar body, so I don't see how that would happen. I can't wait for this to... I don't know. I mean, it's called The Way of Water. I'm sure it's going to take place the majority of it in the water, and it's going to be beautiful to look at. Hell, they could just do 2-3 hours of no dialogue, and I would sit there and watch it. It looks like they're using all the, they kicked the humans off world at the end of the first one, so I guess they're leaving their technology there, and there were some other humans who stayed. It looks like they're using it to rebuild some stuff. But it being called The Way of Water, I'm wondering if they had to migrate. They lost Home Tree, so maybe they had to move and find a new place to set up their tribe. It looks incredible. I'm gonna kind of run through here just to see some more of these shots. I mean, look at that. We're gonna get a chance to look at the ocean life. There's just so much opportunity for creation, to create creatures and to expand this ecosystem. Yeah, see here's the machinery maybe being repurposed. I like this little exoskeleton that's not beefed up, it's not militarized, it's just for function. It may not happen in this one, but eventually the humans are coming back. They got to. That's one thing that humans aren't good at is taking a loss and cutting ties, especially when it comes to the resources. See, who is this? He looks. Is he supposed to be a teenager? Kind of looks older to me. This is cool. So cool. I don't like the buzz cut though. He looks more militarized now than he did in the first one. I mean, I'm assuming that's Jake. I think a lot of these are flashbacks and flash forwards, so is that Jake there? It looks kind of different. That's a damn good shot right there. Look at how good that looks. Look at that. That's cool too. That creature. That would be half the fun. Well, for somebody, probably all the fun of this story as well. Just coming up with the different creatures and how they've evolved with one another and how they, the ecosystem looks and operates and functions. That's a lot of work as well.
Is our fortress.
And I don't know what I mean, we didn't get much as far as story on this, so I don't know what the who's the bad guy? What's the story? I wonder if maybe it's a travel dispute. Maybe it's them versus them. Well, looks really good. Like I said, if the option is for me to be able to see this somewhere in 3D, I'm probably going to go that route. But if not, I'll watch it on the channel. But either way, I'll let you guys know. All right, that's going to do it for me on this one. Catch you on the next one. See ya.